welcome everyone to the Monday morning inspiration for the joy of creation. I am so excited today to have Gosia here, Gosia Lorenz, who is with us from California. And Gosia is a dear friend of mine. And, as I'm creating this Monday morning inspiration, I'm always asking for, hey, what would be fun? What would be a contribution for all of you out there? And so themes are floating by. And this theme of what are entities and how can we create with them came floating by. And I thought, wow, this will be fun. As you know, I am very familiar with this entire area of entities as I have been painting with them. I have been creating books with them. As a kid, I have actually had more friends in the invisible world than in the visible world. And I had so much ease with these beings who have been communicating with me forever, like ever since I was a little kid. Then, in school, it was not so ease-filled for me, but these beings, they were always there. So I thought, how fun will it be? And what contribution can it be to you all out there that we have this amazing conversation today? And Gosia is an amazing healer. She has started very early in her life to explore the entire field of energy healing, whether it is the Silva Method or tapping or EFT, and she ventured on to explore Theta Healing while she was in high school and then in college, and Reiki, and has always, and this is what I love and admire about her, she has always been asking questions, and she has this adventurous and curious spirit that even takes her into all these countries all over the world. So Gosia, in 2010, then you came across Access Consciousness and the tools of Access, and ever since you have been using them and living them. I see you live them and be them. And you are an Access Consciousness certified facilitator. You are a body process facilitator. You are an international speaker and healer. And everyone that you come in touch with and everyone who comes in touch with you is changed by the joy of your being and by the grace that you walk the planet with. And so you are also a talk to the entities facilitator. And let me just quickly see, we see something. Okay, so there are so many. Good morning, Cassie. Good morning, Renee. Good morning, Joelle. And whoever else is here, good morning. Hi. I'm so happy to have you all here. So, Gosia, I am honored that you said yes to this, and I'm really excited. So, I give the word to you now, and let's look into what are entities. How did you come across them? Let's start there.
First of all, Bettina, it was such a beautiful, beautiful introduction. I am so honored to be here. I got really excited and happy when you told me about this Monday morning inspirations and how fun that we get to talk about entities today. So it is a great big subject, and I could talk about it for hours and hours and hours. And we don't have so much time. So just the essence. First of all, entities, it's not only your deceased family and other dead people. Absolutely not. Entities is everything that you are being surrounded with. Your car is an entity, your house is an entity, your business is an entity, a book you read or write is an entity, your family has its own entity, your relationships. So we are actually surrounded by all those energies that do play a huge role in our lives and are often dismissed or maybe neglected or maybe a little bit ignored. because we are not taught in this reality to include all energies in the creation of our life. So besides the people that are clearly ghosts, spirits, the entities, we also have this beautiful, beautiful world of earth spirits, of these beautiful little beings that are probably undescribable with the words that we have, but we can perceive them, we can create with them, we can play with them, and we can be inspired by them. And like Bettina said, her life changed and things changed, and sometimes it was easy, sometimes not, but they were always there. And what if we always have someone around us that we might be even sensing, but not be sure what it is? We all have what we call the team. Team is what people sometimes call spiritual guides or your guardian angels, but we all have them. We all are surrounded by these beautiful light beings that if we only chose to include them in the creation of our life would be easier, would be more expanded, would be more beautiful and full of miracles. And we sometimes try to so hard to go through life, just I can do it, if I only work hard on this, I can do it, while we could have more ease by inviting all of those energies to play with us. What if the tree outside of your window is an entity, and this tree has little fairies living in it, and there's birds, they're also entities, because entity is energy that is defined. So if you can define anything in any way, it is an entity. You see how easy it is? So there's nothing to be scared about. It's more like there's so much to be excited about and enthusiastic about, to start seeing the world as this interchanging, interwoven world of energies that are here to contribute to you, to co-create with you, to make your life more beautiful and fun and easier. How fun is that?
Wow, how fun is that? Yes, totally. And that I'm so glad you bring this entire area of, you know, nature being and nature into this conversation here. Like when we, and for everyone, please, if you have questions, Cassie said hi. So if you have questions, please let us know. You can interrupt us, chime in, okay? Like, but this entire, like when you all go out in nature, when you go into the forest, when you go into a garden, what is there actually that makes you be so relaxed? What is it where you can just be there and you let basically go of all the anxieties and the worries and the concerns? And even for all of you who live in a city, what is there? And you know, I call it the invisible world. And what if, as Gosia said, we can still perceive them and receive them? And Gosia, a question is like that. Can you give all of us a tool to use? Like, how do we even bring that in? And so, you know, in the day-to-day life where we are in the busyness of everything, like how do you cultivate that connection to not forget it? Or is there a tool, an easy tool to use to bring that connection back and have it there?
Yeah, great question. It probably is like with everything, practicing the muscle. We do have those muscles, and sometimes we do not use them. So the more you practice, the more you train them, the stronger they get, and the more natural it will be to include all of those energies in your life. And also, first step, I would say, is to acknowledge that they do exist, all those beautiful beings, the earth spirits, and they don't only belong in fairy tales. And when you are a little boy or little girl, they do belong in our grown-up, serious, professional world as well. And by including them, we can make this world more playful. So I always talk to trees, and I didn't have to be convinced that they're alive and they're just this living creatures that are there for me. So even if you say hi to a tree or flower or bush, even if you're in a snowy cold place right now, there are plants underneath the snow. There is the earth underneath your feet. So acknowledging that there is life out there, molecular structure of things that has energy, space, and consciousness, remembering it and asking for contribution always helps. I ask when I'm in the nature, hi. First of all, I say hi, acknowledge, right? If somebody's standing in front of you, do you ignore the person or you say hi? What what can I do for you? Or why are you here? Walk into your house. So just acknowledging that they are there around you will open up the doors, and then you can start a conversation. And also when you start talking to something out there that you're not even sure if it's there, stop and listen, perceive what feedback are you getting. Is this energy? Is something touching you? Is something you feel warmth, or you just got happier out of the sudden, or your body relaxed? What is it for you? Because we all have very different sensations. Yeah. So
Yes.
it's like, what is it? And you can ask, hi guys, I always say, how can I contribute to you right now? Would you like to contribute to me? Can we contribute to each other, one another? It's more like a play, because you don't want to ask all of these beings for help, because then you make them greater than you and more powerful than you. You always want to ask them for contribution, ask what contribution can you be. This already opens up these doors. And this is the beginning of maybe a very, very beautiful and fruitful and abundant friendship and co-creation that you can create in your life.
Wow, I love that. What contribution can I be to you? And then there's another thing that you just said, Gosia, it is the body. Like you talked about sensing warmth or cold, or you all of a sudden are somewhere and your body is more happy or relaxed. And like, could it be that our body as this sensory organ is also a great friend and companion with showing us the presence that is there, the energies that are around us? And what if we started also listening to our bodies? Could that also be a path to follow, to tap more into the area of entities and receiving from them and contributing to them?
Well, for me, it was definitely the biggest eye-opener when I first learned how to perceive entities with my body. And I realized that pressure in my head that I had my whole life, that I thought was electromagnetic field, hypersensitivity, and that really scared me and freaked me out sometimes, was my awareness of entities. When there are many entities in the room or in a space, I have this pressure. And since then, I've done hundreds of exercises with people in classes and in Zoom like this, and we can do it if you'd like to.
I would love to.
Yeah, okay. To learn what is your awareness of entities, because it is different for everyone. So it could be pressure, it could be warmth, it could be touch, it could be embrace, it could be chill, ringing the ears, shaking. There's so many symptoms of your awareness, and once you know it, it will make your life easier. Because what if you're so happy and suddenly you get sad and depressed? What if this is your awareness of entities, and once you acknowledge it, it will go away? You don't have to be sad and depressed like I was most of my life. So, or scared of this invisible rays out there, they're attacking my brain, right? It doesn't have to be.
And so when you say in this reality, then like everybody will say, oh, it's the electromagnetic frequencies that are messing us up. Or that is like all these conclusions about, oh, it's the city that I cannot take. Oh, it is like blah, blah, blah. So that is really beautiful. What if that is something totally different than we have decided? So can we maybe like do a little exercise right now for everyone about like entity awareness or awareness? Like, wow, that is really cool.
Yes. So let's do it. Just 2-3 minutes of exercise. Okay. So you can close your eyes. You can keep your eyes open and just relax wherever you are. Just relax. Just relax your body. Relax. And lower your barriers, all the barriers that you can perceive, that you can find, even the deepest ones, somewhere hidden inside of you. Just lower them, push them down if you have to, force them down if you have to, but lower it. Be vulnerable with everything around you. Become more present and more aware of your surroundings, of the room you're in, the space you're in, and now start expanding, if you are not expanded yet, your energy beyond your body, beyond the room, beyond the town, country, world, universe. It can be done super fast. You just expand your energetic body. Can you find the edges of you? Still be present where you are, be here, and be as big as the universe. Your tiny, teeny, beautiful body is inside of you. It is the sensory organ that you'll be using right now, and you've been using for a while already. So now ask for all the entities that are in the room to come closer to you and touch you. Relax, relax, relax. If you have a problem with anything invisible touching you, just discern and create all of that and release anything that comes up. Lower the barriers that come up. Ask the entities to touch you, to press on you. It will go away. This is just an exercise to press on you, press on you, press on you, press on you, press on you. What do you perceive? Is it tingling sensation? Is it warmth, cold, chills, tiredness, ringing in your ears, pressure in your chest, your head, anywhere else in the body? And now ask them to step back from you. Step back from you. Did your body relax? Did it change? Is it different? You can ask again for them to touch you. Thank them. Say hi. Acknowledge them. Thank them for being in your life. And now tell them again to step back. Stand back, stand back, stand back. And if you do not wish that they will be in your space, you can tell them to please go away. Thank you for being here. And you can slowly open your eyes and see. So did any of you perceive anything? And I know there was a little bit of fear coming up, and this is quite natural because we are raised being scared of this invisible world very often, and we don't have any proper education about what is, and that it's not so scary. And the scary ones are really few and far in between, and they can be handled with tools of access and talk to the entities very easily as well. It's just up to you. Are you willing to be the dominant one? Are you willing to be the dominant entity in your life, or are you the effect of everything around you? So that's like this biggest thing for me in working with entities. We have to start trusting ourselves, and we have to start being the ones that are not dominated and controlled and manipulated by energies and people around us. And for me, it's easier to deal with entities than it is to deal with people. It might be the case for you. For some people, it's easier to deal with people, not so much with entities. But when I started working with it, I realized, wow, it's so much easier to deal with them. They're so quick. They don't argue.
I love that. They don't even argue. They just listen. Yeah, and what if we can have total ease with that entire world? And what if this is also a journey where we can really, as you said in the beginning, train the muscle? And then, like, can we just quickly dive into how do we create with them? Like, you know, like with that awareness of them, what I know from my life is I literally have conversations with them while I'm painting or while I'm writing. And there is like a gifting and receiving. And it, you know, maybe also for all of you, if you, we are all different in how we perceive and how we interact. So is there like, how can we create with entities, Gosia?
You actually just said it, Bettina. Yes, there is this gifting and receiving going on. Perceiving. So sometimes we ask for so many things. And if you have done any amount of access, even if you just learn one tool or you've been doing it for the last 10 years of your life, you know it's all about asking and receiving. Yet this receiving piece very often gets kind of neglected. We think if we ask, what else is possible here, and how does it get any better than this, and what would it take for the money to come to me or show up in my life? But we never look at the reality, what receiving is for us. Because asking and throwing out the questions is very easy. Everybody can do it. But how well do you receive? How well do you receive a compliment, acknowledgement? How well do you receive you? How well are you receiving when somebody invites you for dinner or wants to buy you coffee? Or you're like, no, we do all the energetic mean moves that you do not receive. Or you actually...
Don't give me a gift. Don't.
That hurts. So it's the same, like if you have a problem with receiving a coffee from your friend or lunch, can you receive from this invisible world that is there to give to you, that conspires to give to you? And you might ask, but are you really willing to receive? So what changed for me the most when I started asking, am I actually willing to receive this? Am I receiving this? Because I could perceive the energy, but when I started asking, am I receiving this? It was like, I was like, whoa, am I not receiving everything? No. Am I receiving like a small percentage? Yes. And I would get like, oh my goodness, I'm receiving 5-10% of what's being gifted to me. So I started working on my receiving. Okay, what would it be like if I received 20% of this, or like half of what is being gifted to me, or even more and more and more and more? And it can be uncomfortable because suddenly you get this energetic input from everywhere, and you start getting all this information from everywhere that might be like, too much, I don't want it. So this is when we create these barriers, because everything is too much, especially if you're super, super, super aware and sensitive to every energy out there. We learn all these labyrinths and barriers and walls to build them, to be inside of them. So things don't get too intense. So you have to be willing to be vulnerable with those energies. And as I said, muscle, we have to practice all of that. And it's possible, it's doable. So you ask for contribution, but also you have to be willing to receive without trying to control it with your mind. Oh, I wanted for this to show up in this and this and this way. No, it's not your job to control it. It's your job to receive and be grateful and be happy. And also when you truly receive with joy of receiving with all of you, you are gifting to all of them. You know, when somebody gives you a gift, when you really truly receive what a gift it is for the other person.
So then the gratitude, you mentioned that earlier already. What if we can just be grateful for them who are there, whether we, like the oxygen, I like to use that example. The oxygen is invisible to us, yet our bodies receive them. And like, what if there's so much more around us all the time? So what I found is when we are grateful for them and we just say, thank you so much for being here, I'm so grateful. That acknowledgement is also like, hey, I know you guys exist. You are there. And then ask a question like, how can I have more ease with this? How can I have clarity with this? And also, can we then, if we are the dominant ones, can we not also ask like, hey, back off a little bit. Give me some space here. Can you make this maybe in a way, can you bring that to me in a way that I'm getting? I'm so sorry. I have lost this connection with you for like such a long time, and I'm willing to be here now and receive more.
Yes, that's perfect. Yes. I should have said all of that. Yes, I forget that. Yes, that is the beginning. For even apologize. I'm sorry. I sometimes say to all of, I've been ignoring you, I think, guys. I'm so sorry. Yes, I know you're here. Thank you so much. What can we create today? How can we make it easy? What are the possibilities? You know, I'm kind of a little stuck here. Anybody has an idea? But it's more like brainstorming with friends without making any of those friends bigger, greater, more powerful than you. It's more like, hey, let's do it together. Do you have any ideas? Any of you is like the math major here? Because I'm so stuck with this taxes right now.
I love it. Is there a tax advisor here around? Yeah, and see the joy of creation. Like what do you all get the energy right now? The joy, the laughter, the asking for, hey guys, I need a lawyer or whatever. I'm setting up my new business. I have no idea how to do this. Is anybody here who can help? Who can contribute? And can I contribute any energy to you? I'm so grateful for you. And gratitude is an energy that is a contribution to everything. When you are grateful, it is a contribution to everything. And when you say, whoever is here, my team, like what Gosia said, I love it. My team, I am so grateful for you. So do you have any questions? Does anyone here have any questions? If you are muted, unmute and ask a question. Okay, what's it? Okay.
I have a question.
Yes?
I have a question. I feel a little embarrassed to ask it, but can you see entities? Because I've been bumping into what seem like masses in front of me or alongside of me in the last few weeks. Can you see them or sense them in that way? They're sort of blurbs. They aren't human beings, but it feels like there's a mass beside me and, I bumped into it. And this is in public and at home sometimes.
Yeah. Well, we are surrounded by entities. Everywhere you go, there's way, 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 way more entities than people with bodies. So just get used to it. When you go outside on the streets, do you clear all the people before you go there? Before you go for a walk or you go to the store? No, they're always there. It's the same with entities. They're always there. And usually when there's a lot of people, there's way, 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 way more entities. And acknowledging them, as we said many times, already does the trick very often. Just, hi, I know you're here. And if you have the tools, you can start facilitating, clearing them, receiving from them. You can do all kinds of things. If you don't, and if it's actually not to your liking, you can say, hey guys, I know you're here. Can you step back? Or I can't help you. You have to go somewhere else. If you can sense that they are actually asking for something. And I do not see them. I perceive them very clearly. Sometimes there's more like I can see when the air gets thick and there's like a structure to an air. And I know that that's entities for me. But it's usually the sensation and the knowing and sensing. And it's very, very clear. I know when there's like one entity and it's brushing against me and it's just maybe lost or ask for something, or somebody I know just died. So I learned to use all the senses, and I actually do not desire to see them because sometimes it's not that pretty. So if you see them, it's fine. And it can be used to your advantage, absolutely. So just acknowledge that you have a gift and you can perceive entities, and you can even ask, like, who are you? What is that mass? And they might even tell you, but there will not be words coming from their mouth that you cannot even see. It might be like a message. It might be like a thought. It might be you start having a conversation with someone and they will just tell you something that is exactly what you've been looking for. So be willing to receive the information and all kinds of sensations from everywhere, not only from you decided how it should show up for you. Did it help?
Yes, that helps, and it's momentarily, and it dissipates. But I like how you described it, that it's sort of air that can become structurized.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I thought it was a trick of my eyes, and maybe I still believe that this is a new realm for me. But thank you.
Yeah, I must be tired. I think I need coffee. Maybe I need a nap. I didn't sleep. Oh my goodness, what's going on? Must be that conversation I had. He really upset me.
Or when you sometimes see things out of the corner of your eye, you know, that, what if this is now, what if this is a an amazing journey to go on and with and learn about what are your gifts, Renee, what are your gifts there, and to acknowledge that. And I wonder, like, So when somebody wants to create something very specific, like a business or like a book, or write a book, or create a class or something, can they then also, Gosia, can they ask for the entities to contribute? Or how would you, what tool, like, I know I have to watch the time also here. Is there a tool in the form of a question that you could suggest?
Yes, that is a big subject, because everything you create becomes an entity and starts having a life force on your own. Like, you know, with your paintings, it becomes alive. It is the life force on its own, and you just giving it form and shape and colors, and you being the vehicle of delivering into this physical world, but it somewhere already exists. So energetically, the entity of your painting already exists. So it's kind of has been already created somewhere by you, or co-created by you and all these beautiful beings creating it with you, and then you put it on canvas or silk. With, let's say, a book, you can have an idea, and usually when you have an idea, it's already creating, and you can start asking, what do you require of me today? Is there anything I need to research? Is there anybody I need to talk about? Is this something that you want me to write, or maybe somebody else needs to write it? Or look, with business, is this for me or somebody else? Is this only me, or me with somebody else? Is it now? Is it later? So you ask all these questions, and once it's already established and you can sense the energy, you can tap into this energy of let's say business or book or something you're creating, and perceive, is it happy? Is it expanded? Is it light? Is there any heaviness? Is there any contraction? Is it seeming small? Like when I create classes, I check on them every day, and some of them are kind of flat, some are hidden, some are beautiful and buzzing and excited and big, and it's regardless of like the people that signed up. It's like the class already is alive, and it changes as well. So it's not like you check in once and it's done. You have to check in because it's alive. It's a life force on its own, energetic life force. So you can play, you can pull energy through it, you can add energy, you can clear whatever heaviness or little something that doesn't feel so great is. And you can ask, hey, is there something I need to do? Maybe I need to take some action. Because sometimes you can play with energies and create massively on an energetic level, but action is required. Maybe you need to call someone or talk to someone or post somewhere, right? We still do live in energetic world, in physical world. So energetically, when you prepare everything, like let's say your company is happy energetically with the name, with the people working for it, like everything falls into place, and all the pieces of puzzle create this beautiful picture. It will be much easier to run company like this, let's say, or write a book when it's energetically all whole and complete already, and you acknowledge that it is energy on its own, an entity on its own.
And you create with it.
Yes.
Wow, how exciting. Wow, this is really, I'm getting all excited here, and my body is all sparkly. It's like, wow, really, what is possible? The joy of creation is like this. What if this is an amazing dance of moment to moment, where we ask question and we receive and we follow that joy like a butterfly or a bee, and you know, they don't go into, I must create that and it's a one-time thing and now I must finish the flower. It's like, no, it's like the lightness of the dance with everything. I love it. So Cassie was saying, she said, sometimes we forget what a gift gratitude is for us. Yes, that what if gratitude is an energy and a space and like consciousness where we are grateful for everything that is with us. And you know, I wonder, like, if we ask, hey, entities, show me the way, how can we create together? Show me who you are. Show me what is your energy, and please chime in. Are you willing to create with me? Because I would love to create with you. And I wonder what an amazing adventure this will be, the adventure of creation, where it, you know, like everything is more than the sum of the ingredients, right? Like what if the total that you are creating, the book, the painting, it is, as Gosia said, a life force of its own.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, Gosia, where do people find you? Where will you be next? Because I know that you go anywhere in the world and you go where you are being invited. So
Yeah.
where do they find you? Do you have a website?
And this was actually how it started, when I started asking all the entities to contribute to me. And it's like, guys, I go anywhere. You want me to talk about you? Bring me to places. And I've been traveling also for over a year, and it's been such a magical ride and crazy ride. But I know they started co-creating with me because I asked and I was willing to receive that. So GosiaLorenz.com, super easy, GosiaLorenz.com. And more information about me is there. And also on Access site, you can find me as a facilitator. I have a bunch of classes listed, and I'm coming to Victoria, where Cassie is, my beautiful host. And I'm going to Brazil a few times this year, and even got invited to Bahrain, which I'm very excited about. Haven't been there yet. And Canada, more places. It's just wherever it creates, and Europe. I do come. If somebody would like to create a class like this, because those classes do change lives, and they open up all the participants to so much more. And I just love seeing it. And it makes me so very happy to see that people start inviting everything and embracing all of it and co-creating with everything and receiving everything that is to receive. It's just such a gift. Thank you.
What if there is an entire ocean that we can dive in, that we have maybe had our tiny little tipsy toe in so far, and what is there? And like I invite you all, we invite you together to tap just energetically right now when we ask the question, what is there? What is this ocean? And what are you getting? And what if this is an amazing journey and an adventure? Gosia, I'm so grateful that you said yes, you were here. And is there anything, a last thing that you would like to say to wrap it up here? And I also say thank you to everyone who joined.
Oh, thank you, Bettina. This was really, really amazing. And thank you, everyone who joined us now and will maybe join us in the future. What I would like, last thing to say, just acknowledge that you are amazing and you are capable of way more than you probably decided at some point that you are. And you can invite everything, and the world around you does care about you. You know, just this only one little person going through life and struggling. You can have fun, you can have joy, and you can have it all. It's just the willingness to create that, to receive that, to be that, and enjoying that. Because life is to have fun. Life is to enjoy, not only to struggle.
Yeah, so have fun and play, enjoy what you are creating. Keep asking questions and ease and relax into that space around you. That what if the entire universe would love to contribute to you? What if every molecule and so many beings are there that would love to be there for you? What if they have your back? So I leave you all with that. Thank you so much for being here. And I see you next Monday for the Monday morning inspiration. Thank you so much, Gosia. And what else is possible from here, I wonder?
Thank you so much, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Oh, see Cassie. Bye. Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.